Is it okay now? Am I audible? Please, anyone of you confirm. Is it okay now? Is it okay? Please, anyone of you confirm. So today I am going to discuss set number 5, RRB Group D. Okay, done. RRB Group D General Science set number 5. Okay, so if you need the PDF, it is in Telegram channel. So join in the Telegram channel and download the PDF and practice the PDFs number of times. Okay, okay, done students. I will display the question. If you know the answer, mention it in the comment section. First question. The boiling point of water decreases when pressure increases, decreases, remains, becomes 0. So what is the answer for this question? Okay, done students. So what is boiling point actually? Boiling point is nothing but, so when you boil the water, so what happens students? Vapors will be formed. So these vapors will consist of a pressure, right? So this vapor will have some pressure. So that vapor pressure, if it is equal to the atmospheric pressure which is surrounded in this atmosphere, so we call it as what is boiling point. Okay, what do you mean by boiling point? If the vapor pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure, such point is known as boiling point. Okay, when we move upwards, so when we move upwards, what happens students? Atmospheric pressure decreases. So when atmospheric pressure decreases, so what happens? So we are required to use very less energy. Okay, very less energy is used for boiling. Okay, when the atmospheric pressure decreases, very less energy is used for boiling purpose. So what happens there? So when we move from earth to higher altitudes, the lower atmospheric pressure takes place, such that what happens? Even the water will be boiled at a very low temperature. That means if the atmospheric pressure decreases, what happens? Even the temperature will also increase. So what is the answer? Yes, yes. So what is the answer for this question students? Decreases. As we move upwards, so what happens? As we move upwards, in order to boil the water, less temperature is required. Why? Because at that point, the atmospheric pressure is very, very low. Okay? Yes, baby. So from today, the morning session, same class will be repeated in the evening session. So in order not to confuse students, so I am going to conduct the same classes in the morning and in the evening session. Okay? So you can take it as a practice test also. Why? Because if you listen again and again, it will be stored in our brain, right? Okay? So what is the answer? As we move upwards, the atmospheric pressure decreases. If the atmospheric pressure decreases, so energy required will be very, very less, such that the water will be boiled at a very low temperature. That means if the atmospheric pressure increases, even the temperature will be also required very, very less. So what is the answer? Decreases. Okay, next question. Electric fuse works on the principle of heating effect of current, magnetic effect of current, chemical effect of current, electromagnetic induction. So what do you mean by electric fuse? Electric fuse is nothing but, so it is a safety device. When a very high voltage current is passing through the circuit, so what happens students? So there is a chance of blast. So in order to protect that, so when the electricity is passing at a very high voltage, so what happens students? Heat will be generated. So due to that heat, what happens? Due to that heat, the fuse material will be melted. If the fuse material is melted, the circuit will be break. If the circuit is break, so there is no passage of current. In that way, the fuse will be acted as a safety device. Okay. So for this safety device, the property of the material should be, the fuse material should be have very low melting point. Okay. The material by which the fuse is made, it should have a very low melting point, such that when the high voltage current is passing, that material must be in a position of getting melted. Okay, so it works on which principle, students? It works on heating effect of current. This heating effect of current is also known as what, students? Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating. We have a formula, right? H is equal to I square RT. Remember, students, very, very important. H is equal to I square RT, where I is equal to current, R is equal to resistance, T is equal to time. Okay, so not only fuse, what are the other things which works on the principles of Joule's law of heating? For example, water heater. You all know what is water heater. So what is happening in this water heater, students? Electrical energy is converting into heat energy, and even in kettle, electrical energy is converting into heat energy and the water gets boiled. And even in rice cooker, the electrical energy is converting into heat energy and the rice gets cooked. So next one is magnetic effect of current. What is this magnetic effect of current? For example, there is a current carrying conductor. So imagine this is a wire, copper wire. So what happens, students? The magnetic field will be, how the magnetic field lines will be like concentric elliptical. So they will be surrounded the conducting wire, such that this works on what? So what are the things which works on the principle of magnetic effect of current? Means electrical bell, electric motor. So electric bell and electric motor, these two works on the principle of magnetic effect of current. And the third one is chemical effect of current. Chemical effect of current, best example is chlor-alkali process or electrolysis process of NaCl or batteries. And finally, electromagnetic induction. What do you mean by electromagnetic induction? Due to change in the magnetic field, what happens? Electricity is generated, and that phenomena is known as what? Electromagnetic induction. So what works on electromagnetic induction principle? Generators, transformers. Generators, transformers works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. That means due to the change in magnetic field, the current is generated, okay, or EMF is generated. Next question. The resistance of a conductor depends on length, area of cross section, material, all of this. So what do you mean by resistance, students? Resistance is nothing but, okay, conductance. What do you mean by conductance? The property of the materials which is having the capacity of conducting electricity. Okay, the property of a material which is having the capacity of conducting electricity is known as conductance. And what do you mean by resistance? Opposing of electric current, the property which opposes the flow of charges or which opposes the electric current is known as resistance. So these resistance have a formula. So what is that formula, students? Resistance is denoted by capital R, right? So that is equal to rho L by A, where rho is known as what, student? Resistivity. Rho is known as resistivity. L is known as length of the wire. L is known as length of the wire. And A is known as what, students? A is known as area of the wire. Area of the wire. That means the resistivity, the opposing of flow of charges depends on the conducting wire. Okay, the conducting wire length, the conducting wire area, and the conducting wire. It is made up of which material? Okay, this resistivity depends on all the factors like length of the wire, area of the wire, and it is made up of which material. So depends on all this, and that material is known as what? Resistivity. Resistivity is known as what? So different types of material. So different types of materials will have different types of resistance. Okay, so that is nothing but that property is known as what? Resistivity. Now finally, do you all know what is the unit for resistance? Ohm. And what is the unit for resistivity? Resistivity unit is equal to, for example, okay, so from here R is equal to, so remember, you all know that R is equal to rho L by A, right? Now rho is equal to RA by L. So from this what we can find, students? R. So what is the unit for resistance? Ohm. And what is the unit for area? Square meter or meter square. And what is the unit for length? Meter. So meter cancel. So resistivity unit is ohm meter. Okay, now what is the answer for this question, students? All of the above. Remember, this formula is very, very important. Okay, resistance is equal to rho L by A, where rho is nothing but type of material. Okay, yes. Next question. The process of conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into usable form by bacteria is called nitrification, nitrogen fixation, denitrification, ammonification. So what is happening here, students? So the soil, okay, in the soil there are two types of bacteria. So what are those bacteria, students? Rhizobium and azotobacter. So these bacteria will absorb the nitrogen from the atmosphere and they will convert that nitrogen into ammonia. So that process is known as what? Tell me, students, so what is happening here? So imagine this is a soil. So this soil consists of some different types of bacteria. Okay, some different types of bacteria. So these bacteria are azotobacter, and another one is rhizobium. Okay, this azotobacter is a free living bacteria. It is a free living bacteria. So these bacterias, okay, these two bacterias will absorb the nitrogen gas, from atmosphere. So what happens, students, and what they will do? This nitrogen is getting converted to ammonia by these two bacteriums. And what this process is known as? This process is known as nitrogen fixation. And what do you mean by ammonification? Ammonification is nothing but reverse. If we produce nitrogen gas from the ammonia, and that process is known as ammonification. And here also these bacteria are only converting, ammonia into nitrogen gas. Okay, next question. The chemical formula of laughing gas is నవ్వించే వాయువు యొక్క రసాయన ఫార్ములా N2O, NO2, NH3, CO2. So every day I am coming up with a very latest and important topic MCQs. So don't even miss a single session, students. So till the end of your examination I am going to conduct classes daily. Okay, even you have separate general science course in our Chandan Loix app. If you utilize JM10 coupon code, you can get huge discount on each and every course. Now, what is the answer for this question, students? Very good. So, what is this actually? It is nitrous oxide. N2O, it is known as nitrous oxide. So, what is present? Which agent is present in this nitrous oxide, students? Euphoria. This is a agent which is sweet in nature. Okay, due to the presence of this, when a person consumes this nitrous oxide, so he feels the sensation of laughing. For that purpose only this nitrous oxide is considered as laughing gas. And now what is this, students? Nitrogen dioxide. It is nothing but it is nitrogen dioxide. This nitrogen dioxide, so what is this? This nitrogen dioxide, it is a reddish brown, poisonous and harmful gas. So it is a harmful and pollutant gas. So the acid rain consists of this nitrogen dioxide. Acid rain will convert the nitrogen dioxide which is emitting from the industries to nitric oxide, which is very dangerous. Okay, and finally this is ammonia. You all know ammonia is prepared by the addition process of nitrogen and water. If we combine the nitrogen and water due to the addition process, so what we are getting, since we are getting ammonia. So ammonia is NH3 and ammonium is NH4. Okay, and what process here? Haber's process. Remember, very important. Okay, and the next one, CO2. So what CO2 is used as? It is used as fire extinguisher. And it is also known as solid carbon dioxide is known as dry ice, and it is one of the greenhouse gas. Very important. Greenhouse gas. So what are the greenhouse gases we know, students? So greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane and tropospheric ozone. We have already discussed many times. Okay. So next question. Which metal is extracted by the Hall-Héroult process? Iron, aluminium, copper, zinc. Now come on. What is this Hall-Héroult process, students? This Hall-Héroult process is used for the extraction of what type of element? Tell me. Each and every question is very, very important, students. The questions which I have picked are recently PYQs, recent PYQs and the most expected PYQs. Now tell me what is the answer? Very good. Aluminium. So what is happening in this Hall-Héroult process? So what happens in this Hall-Héroult process, students? Remember, in Hall-Héroult process, so what happens? Alumina is nothing but what? Alumina is nothing but Al2O3. So this Al2O3, it is initially it is having very high melting point, approximately 2000 degrees centigrade. In order to lower the melting point of these alumina, so what we will do, students? We will dissolve this alumina into cryolite. We will dissolve the alumina into cryolite. Cryolite is nothing but what, students? Na3Alf6. So what happens? The melting point will be decreased to 950 to 1000 degrees centigrade. So from this we can extract the pure alumina. At first we have to decrease the melting point of the alumina. How to decrease the melting point of alumina? If we dip this alumina into the molten cryolite, so the melting point of the aluminum will be decreased, and from this solution we have to extract the pure aluminium. Okay, very good. So what is the atomic number of iron, students? 26. So what process is required for the iron or to get pure iron? Blast furnace process. And for the aluminium, Hall-Héroult process. And for the copper, smelting process. And for the zinc, roasting process. Okay, roasting. Very, very important. Okay, next question. General science, physics, chemistry, biology, concept oriented teaching. So you will have 1000 PYQs explanation, students. So you can get this course only for 299 rupees for 4 months validity, and for 299 rupees you can get it for 8 months validity. If you utilize JM10 coupon code, you can get huge discount. Okay. So next question. RRB Group D special batch complete course is also available on Chandan exam. SSC CGL special batch complete course is also available. Telangana SI Constable course complete course is also available on Chandan exam. Telangana High Court has recently released 859 vacancies, right? So complete updated content syllabus course is also available on Chandan exam. Next question. The escape velocity from Earth's surface is approximately 7.9 kilometers per second, 11.2 kilometers per second, 25 kilometers per second, 1 kilometers per second. Actually, what do you mean by escape velocity, students? So if a person or if a vehicle or if an object, if it travels at a distance of 11 kilometers, he travels in 1 second, if he travels 11.2 kilometers, what happens, students? He can set free from the gravitational force. So gravitational force is nothing but what, students? It is a pulling and attracting force. So it always pulls like objects or human beings towards it. It is nothing but it is a attraction force. In order to escape from this gravitational force, if a person or if an object, if it travels in 1 second, if it travels 11.2 kilometers, such that he can get free from this gravitational force. And that velocity is known as what, students? And that velocity is known as escape velocity. Okay. We have a formula for this escape velocity. VE is equal to under root 2gm by r. So where g is the gravitational force, G is the gravitational force, m is the mass of the object or mass of the body, and r is the radius. Okay, so what is the answer for this question? 11.2 kilometers per second. If an object travels in 1 second, if he travels 11.2 kilometers, such that he can set free from the gravitational force. Ekkada? So where earthquake, where? So I am in Hyderabad but no earthquake. So what is the location? Where is the location of that earthquake? Next question. If the focal length of a spherical mirror increases to double, then the radius of curvature of the mirror will remain the same, increase to 4 times, increase to double, decrease to half. Now tell me what is the answer for this question. In general, we have 2 types of mirrors, right? So what are those, students? Like a flat mirror, spherical mirror. Flat mirror is nothing but, so daily we are using mirror, right? That mirror is nothing but flat mirror. And spherical mirror means which are having curvature. So the mirrors which are having curvature, they are considered as like a spherical mirror. So in spherical mirror, we have 2 types of spherical mirrors, concave mirror, convex mirror. So concave mirror is nothing but converging. Convex mirror is nothing but diverging. So the mirror which we are using in our vehicles is convex mirror. So how the image will be appear, students? The image will be appear very diminished in a small thing from a very far. From very far you can see the image as a very diminished manner. Okay, now tell me what is the focal length formula? We all know very well. So focal length formula, this is spherical mirror, right? So center of curvature will be there. So the center of circle is nothing but center of curvature. And what will be the radius, students? This is the radius. You all know very well. So what will be the focal length? Focal length will be the half of the radius of curvature. So F is equal to R by 2. From this they have given that focal length is double. So from this R is equal to 2F. They have given that F is equal to 2F dash. F is equal to F dash is equal to 2F. So R2 is equal to 2F dash. So R1 is equal to 2 into 2F. 2F is nothing but what, students? R. Now R dash is equal to 2 into R. So what is happening here? It increases to double. Okay, very good evening, Srikanth. Very good evening. So next question. The sky appears blue due to scattering of light of lower length, dispersion of light of lower length, dispersion of light of higher wavelength, scattering of light of higher wavelength. Now tell me, so if a light hits a prism or if a light hits a rain droplet, so what are the, this is the white light, right? So these white light will be split into, dispersed into 7 colors. Okay, 7 colors, V, I, B, G, Y, O, R. So these red light will have the very high wavelength. Red light will have the very high wavelength. Wavelength is denoted by lambda, and very low frequency. Frequency is denoted by what, students? Nu. Okay, and these violet will have the high frequency and very low wavelength. So from this what we can say, students? From the like red to violet, the wavelength is going to be decreased. From red light to violet, from red color to violet, the wavelength is going to be decreased. And from violet to red, the frequency is going to be decreased. So by this what we can say, students? This is B, right? This is blue color. So this blue color is having very low wavelength. Okay, this blue color is having very low wavelength. So what is the answer for this question? Scattering of light of very low wavelength. So due to the blue color has very low wavelength, the sky appears as blue color. Okay, next. Echo is heard after 10 seconds. What is the distance of the cliff? Assume speed of the sound is equal to 346 meters per second. So what is an echo, students? So one person is shouting here. One person is shouting here. So what he is saying? Hello, he is saying. So this hello is reaching at a cliff. Okay, this is he reaching at a 7.2 meters and it is coming back. This hollow is again coming back. Okay. So now what he is asking to find, he is asking to find the distance of the cliff. This is known as cliff. He is asking to find the distance of the cliff and not the distance of the echo. So how we can find, since they have given you the time is equal to 10 seconds, velocity is equal to 346 meters. Now what will be the distance of the cliff, students? Distance of the cliff is equal to, okay, V into T by 2. If they ask you the distance of the echo, just V into T, that's all. Okay, 10 into 346 by 2. So what is the answer? 1730 meters is the answer. Okay, very good students, very good. If they ask you to find the distance of the echo, it is just V into T. That is nothing but 346 into 10, 3460 meters per second. Okay, next. The common domestic power supplied in India is 110 volts, 60 hazards, 220 volts, 100 hazards, 110 watts, 50 hazards, 220 volts, 50 hazards. So tell me, yes, very good students, very good. The crazy creator, I think you are new to the class. So each and every student who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button and share it to maximum friends who needs classes in English medium, okay? So if the strength increases, the content will be also explained in a very brief manner. So even I will explain you the content in a very brief manner, but if the strength is high, I feel like motivated, okay? Wait a minute. So what is the answer, students? What is the answer for here? So in our homes, in our houses, the electric power which we are consuming is, so how much voltage of electric power is supplied to our household, students? So how many volts? 220 volts and 50 hazards. So what is this V? V is nothing but volt. So volt is the unit for what, students? Voltage. So what is this Hz? Hz is nothing but hertz. Okay, hertz. Hertz is nothing but what? It is the unit of frequency. Okay, it is the unit of frequency. Clear? And voltage is, how we can measure the voltage, students? Voltage is measured by using voltmeter. And how we can know the frequency of anything? By using cathode ray oscilloscope. We can know, we can sense and see the frequency. Okay, very good. Next question. Which of the following is an incorrect formula for electric power? Try to answer to this question, students. Each and every student who are in the live session, please answer to this question. Try to answer the question. So they have given you the formulas for electric power. So any formula is incorrect or nothing is incorrect. If you know the answer, mentioned in the comment section, and even I will explain each and every formula, derivation also. Okay, so what is the answer for this question, students? Come on, what is the answer for this question? Very good. Okay, Himawari, none. Why? Because we all know that electric power is equal to, electric power is equal to what, students? Electric power is equal to voltage into current. So we all know that P is equal to VI. So these can also be write as P is equal to I into V, right? So option 2 is correct, option 3 also correct. So from Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Now substitute this V. This is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. Okay, substitute 2 in 1. So that what happens, students? P is equal to, okay, I into IR. So what you will get? P is equal to I square R. So this is also correct. And finally, from P is equal to VI, right? So from this we can also write I is equal to V by R. Okay, so from this P is equal to V into V by R. So we will get V square by R. So this is also correct. So all the 4 formulas are correct, but there is no incorrect option in the given question. So what is the answer, student? E is the answer. Very good. Okay. So you have to know the conversions and substitutions first of all. Next question. 0 to Hero course is available in our Chandan Law exam. Students who cannot solve the problems in examinations within a short period of time, like arithmetic, reasoning, advanced maths. If you purchase this course, you can learn the basics and you can solve any questions from these subjects within a short period of time. If you want this course, use JM10 coupon code, you will get huge discount. Our railway exam complete course is also available on our Chandan Law exam. SSC exam complete course is also available on a Chandan Law exam. APPSC, TGPSC, SA Constable complete course is also available on a Chandan Law exam. Next question. The unit of magnification is diopter, Newton, centimeter. It has no unit. Now tell me, what is the answer for this question? Yeah, tell me students. You can even inform your friends if they need classes in English medium. So tell them to join in this live session students. Why? Because I am explaining very important MCQs that are repeated in the previous examination and also the expected questions. I am going to explain each and every day, and each and every live session I am taking like different types of questions from different of topics, and that questions will be from RRB or SSC or other competitive examination. So what is the answer students? It has no unit. Why? Because magnification is equal to height of the height of the image, ratio of height of the image by height of the object, or it is also having another formula. So what is that another formula? Distance of image by distance of object. Okay. So what is happening here students? So the height and height will be cancelled, distance and distance will be cancelled. So it has no units. So it is the unit for power lengths. Diopter is the unit for power lengths, and Newton is the unit for force, and centimeter is the unit for either length or distance. Okay? Yes. Next question. Why does a steel ship float on water while a steel needle sinks? Steel ship has less density, steel ship displaces more water, needle has more mass, steel ship has hollow structure only. So what they are saying students, this is the steel ship. Okay, why this steel ship is floating? Why this steel ship is floating, and why the needle is sinking? Imagine this is as a small needle. Why it is sinking? Now try to tell the answer students. So which principle acts here? So which principle acts here students? Archimedes principle. Okay, Archimedes principle. So what this tells? So Archimedes principle. So what it tells students? So actually what happens here? So when the ship like it is on the surface, when the ship is on the surface of the, wait a minute. Okay, when the ship is on the surface of the water. So what happens students? Like when the ship falls, some of the water will be displaced. Okay, and that displaced water will be equal to the buoyancy, upward force. So that principle is known as what students? Archimedes principle. But when the needle falls into the water, there will be no displacement of water takes place. For that purpose only the needle will be sink and the ship will be float on the water. Why? Because the ship will displace more water. So what is the answer students? Option B. Next question. Which inert gas is placed in period 4 of the periodic table? Krypton, radon, xenon, argon. So actually how many rows we have students? In periods, how many periods we have? Periods are nothing but horizontal rows. So we have 7 periods. And groups are what students? Groups are vertical rows. So in total periodic table has 18 groups. Okay, this is periodic table. Very, very important information, periodic table. So, which periodic table we will use, students? Modern periodic table. So, this was discovered by Henry Moseley. Henry Moseley, and each and every timetable we are considering is this modern periodic table only. Okay. So, how many periods we have, students? 7 periods, right? So, what are the in each and every? So, 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32, 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, period number 1 has 2 elements, period number 2 has 8 elements, period. This is one of the trick. Okay, period 1 has 2, period 2 has 8, period 3 has 8, period 4 has 18, period 5 has 18, period 6 and 7 has 32 elements in their periods. Okay, now tell me, students, so which group consists of halogens, which group consists of like inert gases, sorry. Okay, group 18 consists of inert gases. Group 18 consists of inert gases. So, each will be placed in the group 18, that is nothing but last at the right side, last of the periodic table. So, we will have this noble gases. Inert gases are also known as what? Noble gases. So, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon and Og. So, this is placed in the period 1, this is placed in the period 2 and this is placed in the period 4, period 5, period 6, period 7. Why? Because we are having 7 periods only. So, what is the answer for this question, students? Krypton. So, krypton is placed in the period 4 of the periodic table and group 18. Okay, very good. Next. So, what is the atomic number of krypton? So, the atomic number of helium is 2, atomic number of neon is 10, atomic number of argon is 18, atomic number of krypton is 36 and xenon is 54, radon is 86 and Og is 118. These are the atomic numbers of noble gases, very, very important. Okay, 18 noble, it is not 18 noble gases, students. It is group 18 noble gases or inert gas. Why we call these gases are noble or inert gases, students? Why? Because they do not have any color or they does not react with any of the elements. Okay, next. Percentage of oxygen in aluminium sulfate is 57.7, 56.1, 53.1, 52.6. First of all, we have to draw one table, students. In order to solve these type of problems, at first we have to draw the table. So, what are the given elements in the given chemical formula, students? Aluminium and finally sulfur, oxygen. So, what is the atomic number, atomic mass? Okay, so we will see. And the molar mass. So, atomic number, atomic mass and molar mass. What is the atomic number of aluminium, students? 13. What is the atomic number of atomic mass of aluminium? 26. So, what is the molar mass? Aluminium is having 2. So, at the down of aluminium it is having 2. So, 2 into 26 is equal to 52. And finally, sulfur's atomic number is 16 and its atomic mass is 32. So, what is having the suffix of sulfur, students? 3. So, 3 into 32 is equal to 96. And finally, oxygen atomic number is 8, its atomic mass is 16. So, what it is having? 12 into 16. So, what is 12 into 16? 192. So, what is the total molar mass? Total molar mass is equal to 52 plus 96 plus 192. So, what you will get? 192, 96, 52. Okay, 10, 19, 24, 340. So, 340. We have to find the percentage of oxygen. In order to find the percentage of oxygen, what is the molar mass of oxygen into total molar mass into 100. If you solve this, what you will get, students? 56.1%. Very, very important. Okay, done. 56.1 is the answer for this question. Next question. So, if they ask you to find the percentage of aluminium, so in the place of 192 you have to put 52. If they ask you to find the percentage of sulfur, in the place of 192 you have to put 96. Okay. Next question. What happens when aqueous silver nitrate is added to sodium chloride solution? Brown precipitate of silver chloride, yellow precipitate, no precipitate, white precipitate of silver chloride. Try to give answer to this question, students. Each and every students who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button and try to answer each and every question. So what they are asking, students, they are asking you to find the reaction of, so silver nitrate. Silver is nothing but it has the chemical symbol of argentum, Ag. Okay, AgNO3, it is reacting with sodium chloride, aqueous solution. So actually it is aqueous solution and it is also aqueous solution. So when both are reacted, so what are the products we will get, students? Silver chloride, it is in solid state, plus sodium nitrate. So this is the thing which we get after the reaction. Okay, if a silver nitrate reacts with brine solution, aqueous sodium chloride is nothing but brine solution, we will get what, students? Silver chloride. So that silver chloride will be available in solid state. So it will be in the form of white precipitate. Okay, so what is the answer, students? Very good, option D. And try to tell me which reaction is it? Is it an addition reaction or displacement reaction or double displacement reaction or decomposition reaction? Which reaction is this? Tell me, which reaction is this? Double displacement or displacement reaction? It is displacement reaction. It is displacement reaction. Okay. Next, select the correct pairs of semi-metals amongst the following elements: carbon and nitrogen, sulfur and phosphorus, silicon and germanium, hydrogen and helium. So we all know, students, so we all know very well, sorry, double displacement, very good, double displacement reaction. Yeah, you are correct, Ramavat. It is double displacement reaction. Why? Because, okay, why? Because NO3 is displaced by Cl and Cl is displaced by NO3. So it is a double displacement reaction. Very good. Next question. So actually in the periodic table, left side are known as what, students? In the periodic table, okay, left side are known as metals, right side are known as non-metals, and the middle one are known as what, students? Metalloids. Okay, metalloids are nothing but which is having the both the properties of metals and non-metals. So metals means we all know very well, they are the good conductors of heat and electricity. Mercury is the only metal which is liquid at room temperature, and non-metals, they are the poor conductors of heat and electricity. Only the graphite is only the non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity. Bromine is only the non-metal which is liquid at room temperature. And metalloids will be present at the middle of the metals and non-metals in a zigzag manner. How many number of metalloids we have, students? 7 number of metalloids we have. Silicon, germanium, arsenium, tellurium, polonium. So in this way we have almost 7 metalloids. So these metalloids are nothing but what, students? They act as a semiconductor. They are nothing but semiconductors. So which conducts the electricity between the conducting element and the insulator. Okay, they are useful for the electronic chips. They are helpful for the manufacturing of semiconductor chips. So which is useful in the electronics. Okay. Next, carbon and nitrogen, these two are non-metals, and sulfur and phosphorus also non-metals, and hydrogen and helium also non-metals. So tell me, students, hydrogen is known as anomalous. Okay, hydrogen is anomalous. Why? Because, so hydrogen can be placed either in the group 1 or in the group 17. That means hydrogen can be placed in the alkali metals or halogens. For that purpose only we call hydrogen as it is having anomalous state. Okay. Next, in Plaster of Paris, 2 formula units of CaSO4 share 2 molecules of water. 2 formula units share 1 molecule of water, 1 formula unit has 1 molecule, 2 share half molecules. So what is this plaster of Paris, students? This plaster of Paris has many applications. So we can like for the fracture, so for the bone fracture, this plaster of Paris is wrapped, and not only that, for the house ceiling, and for the making of idols, statues, we will use this plaster of Paris. So what is the formula for this plaster of Paris, students? CaSO4 half H2O. So if we heat the gypsum, if gypsum is heated, gypsum is nothing but CaSO4 2H2O. If we heat this gypsum at 100 degrees centigrade, so what happens, students? Dehydration process takes place, and the thing which we get is nothing but plaster of Paris. Okay, plaster of Paris. And again, if we hydrate this plaster of Paris, so what you will get, students? We will get gypsum. So what is the answer for this question? Option B. Okay? Yes. Yes, very good. Next question. Which hormone is particularly high in fruits? Cytokinin, gibberellins, abscisic acid, auxins. So how many plant hormones we have, students? So almost we have 5 plant hormones. Just remember this table, students, so that you can easily identify. Okay, so what are the 5 hormones, plant hormones? Auxins, gibberellins, okay, cytokinins, abscisic acid, and finally ethylene. Okay, these auxins help for the cell promotion, cell elongation, apical dominance, and gibberellins, stem elongation, root formation, and finally cytokinins, cell division. This is cell inhibitor. And ethylene is a gaseous hormone helpful for the ripening of fruits. Okay, very important table. So what is the answer for this question? Cytokinins is a hormone. So at initial stage, the fruit will be very small size, right? So due to the presence of this cytokinin hormone, so the multiple cell division takes place in that fruit, and that fruit will be developed into like a hybrid fruit. Okay, now what is the answer for this question, student? Cytokinins. What is this apical dominance? In order to regulate the growth of buds, if the auxin hormone will transport from the tip to the bottom, so there will be no side buds will be developed. If we cut that auxin, or if we cut the tip of the like a tall plant, so that plant will be grow into a bushy way. Okay, remember, and that property is known as apical dominance. Okay, next question. SSC GD special batch complete course is available on Chandan Law Accept. RRB NTPC special batch complete course is also available on Chandan Law Accept. Bank exam complete course is also available. Bank SSC RRB complete course is also available on Chandan Law Accept. From the options given below, select the organism having a 3-chambered heart. So in general, most of the organisms present in our like earth, so they have 4-chambered heart. But some of the aquatic animals, reptiles, so they are having only 3-chambered hearts. That means they are having 2 atriums and 1 ventricle. So in one atrium, they are having the oxygenated blood, and in another atrium, they are receiving the deoxygenated blood. And these oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood, they are pumping into the ventricle. So what is the answer for this question? Salamander. Salamander is an aquatic animal, so which is having a 3-chambered heart. So 3-chambered heart means 2 atrium, 1 ventricle. So one atrium is having oxygenated blood and another atrium is having deoxygenated blood. So these 2 will be pumped into ventricle. Okay. So what is the answer? So pigeon is having 4, fish is having 2, tiger is also having 4. Okay? Yes. Next, warts are caused by algae, fungus, virus, bacterium. Warts are nothing but, so the small thick like what is that, small thick pimple like a thing, so which is in black in color. So it will be appeared in most of the old women's or old men's. So that is due to the infection of what? So when there is a wound, when there is a cut in our body, so what happens at that cut position, one of the microbe will be attack that cut position. So what type of virus will be developed there, students? HPV virus. Okay, the HPV virus, it will attack the cut positions of the, okay, the wound position of the wound places of the human being. And what happens is keratin protein will be developed there, so which will make that protein into a very hot substances, and that is known as what, students? Wat. Okay, so algae is nothing but it will be in present mostly in water, aquatic organism. So it will be like red algae, green algae. Okay, so fungus is responsible for the ringworm. And bacteria, due to bacteria infection, many types of diseases will be caused, like tuberculosis, etc. Okay, malaria is caused due to protozoa. Next, as per Mendel's experiments with pea plants, tallness was called a dominant trait compared to shortness, because plant tall, regardless of 1 or 2 genes for tallness, tall more common, symbol T versus T, tall plants grow. Actually, so who is the father of genetics, students? Gregor Mendel. He is the father of genetics. Why he picked pea plant, students? Why? Because pea plant can be easily grown. Pea plant can be easily grown. So it will give annual production. So it will have the annual cycle. So it can be easily crossbreeded. So it is having self-pollination. That means single flower will have both the reproduction organ. Okay, single flower has both the reproduction organ. So what this person has done, students? This person has crossbreeded the tall plant with the short plant. So what is the result? So what type of, this is having the TT alleles. This tall plant having the same alleles of TT, and this short plant is having the same alleles of small TT. So when these two plants are crossbreeded, so what is the result, students? TT. So these are known as, so the plant which is having same alleles are known as homozygote, homozygote. Okay, if it is having a different alleles, so we tell is that heterozygote. Okay, so what is happening? When a plant tall is crossbreeded with the short plant, both of them are having the same alleles. So what is the result, students? The result is, it is getting, first generation will be tall only. Okay, and in the second generation, 3 will be tall and 1 will be short. So that will be continued, the traits will be continued. So what is the answer for this question, students? Option A. Okay, next. In which of the following animals does the body temperature not depend on the temperature in the environment? Fishes and mammals, birds and some reptiles, birds and fishes, birds and mammals. In general, we have 2 types of animal, students. Okay, what are those? Warm-blooded animals and cold-blooded animals. So this warm-blooded animals is also known as endotherms. And cold-blooded animals are also known as ectotherms. So what is this, students? Cold-blooded animals. So cold-blooded animals, in order to regulate their temperature, they depend on the environment temperature. But when it comes to warm-blooded animals, so they does not depend on the environment temperature to regulate. So they will have their own internal organs to regulate their own temperature. Okay, for that purpose, this what are the example for this warm-blooded animal students? Birds and mammals. These birds and mammals will have a specific internal organ, so that can regulate their own body temperature. For example, birds are having feathers, mammals are having fur. So these can regulate their own temperature. They does not depend on environment temperature to regulate their own temperature. Okay. Next. Water seepage into water is called, into ground is called evaporation, transpiration, infiltration, sublimation. So what is the answer for this question? Each and every student who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button, and please do share this video to all your friends and relatives who needs the classes in English medium. Okay? And even students who are listening in the main channel, they can also listen in this channel. Why? Because it becomes a revision for you. Why are you neglecting? I am not understanding. Okay, water seepage is nothing but what, students? Infiltration. That is nothing but water is sinking into the ground and it is stored in the form of the groundwater. So it is okay. If it is storing in the groundwater, that is fine. But if it is storing in the walls, so what happens, students? So wall cracks will be appeared. So sometimes the destruction of the building may also occur. So what is this known as? This is known as infiltration. Evaporation is nothing but liquid to gas state. And transpiration is nothing but loss of water from plants in the form of vapor, And finally, sublimation process is nothing but solid to gas, direct solid to gas. Example, solid carbon dioxide, naphthalene balls. Okay, these are some of the example for sublimation process. That is, it is not going into the liquid state, it is directly converting from solid to the gaseous state. Okay, the end. Thank you, students. So daily I am going to conduct general science RRB Group D 25 MCQs. So each day I am coming up with different types of 25 MCQs with different topics. So if you have already listened in the Chandan Loic's main channel, even listen in the evening channel. So take it as a practice test, students. Don't neglect. Okay. Bye, students. Take care. Let's meet in the tomorrow morning Chandan Loic's main YouTube channel. Okay. Take care.